Assalamu alaikum. This is going to be a video for International Hijab Posse, and it's going to be about how hijabi women treat non-hijabis, which is something I don't want to say I'm an expert at, because clearly I've only been at this a year. But I hope to say that my heart will never harden to people in the fact that I will judge them for not wearing hijab. It usually takes me off by surprise because, of course, when you see a hijabi, you're always Assalamu alaikum, and you're like kind of like ready for it in a way. And then when a non-hijabi comes up and they're like Assalamu alaikum, I'm always like, oh, walaikum salam, and I get really excited. So for me, it's never been, I'm going to judge you because you're not wearing a cloth on your head. And neither should anybody else. And I'm just going to make this really, really simple. Shame on you if you do so. Because, honestly, you cannot critique another. The old adage, don't throw stones in a glass house. You know? Don't just put someone else down when you're not perfect. No one is perfect. We all strive for perfection. And you know what? You want to be helpful to other sisters, but just don't put it in quotes and say it's a reminder. Reminder, sister, you should wear hijab. It's compulsory. Well, you know what? You don't know what their life is. You don't know who they are. You don't know their story. You don't know their background. You can only judge them on the fact that they're wearing it or they're not. Now, there's some women who, for me, it's if a woman is conservatively dressed and doesn't wear a hijab, that's a million times better than somebody that's wearing like a t-shirt and hijab and a miniskirt. You know, it's really like this. Hijab is external and internal. Your internal hijab, you should cut those things out of your mouth before they come out of them. Before it comes out of it. Like, don't start being backbiting to other women because they're not wearing it. I've listened to an amazing lecture. Alhamdulillah, I listened to this because it has changed my life completely. By Nouman Ali Khan about ego. And I did a whole video on my channel about it. And what it is you can look the part. You can have perfect outer hijab. You can look like the perfect Muslima. But your inside is hard and evil. And you're taking it, you get hardened to other people. You have no empathy, you have no sympathy, you have no emotional connection towards other people. You just sit and judge and judge and judge and judge. And so, for example, I was at work one day and this woman came up and beautiful, mashallah, she was so beautiful. And she was wearing a beautiful outfit. I would never have taken her for a hijabi or a Muslima at all, just by looking at her. She's so sweet, so nice. Comes up to me, Assalamu alaikum, so excited. And I'm like, walaikum assalam. And then we started talking, and she was amazing. And we started talking about hijabs. She knew what they were. I was so excited, and we were talking back and forth. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have those. I love them. They're awesome. She's like, I know. I watch Amina's channel all the time. I love her. She's amazing. And I was like, I know. And and then she was like, I am just so thankful that you didn't get all, like, judgy upon me. She actually said this, judgy upon me because I don't wear hijab. So many women do it. I'm just thinking, man, this girl rocks. We were talking about religion. We were talking about Amina, also rocks. So many different things. And it was just, it took me by surprise that somebody as nice and amazing and who clearly has a strong inner faith within her. Like, she was a very strong Muslim. She was like really great. I absolutely thought she was fantastic. She just didn't wear hijab. And the fact that somebody would judge her for that drove me kind of like for a loop. I didn't know. I was like, why would anybody do that? But then again, I am new to this religion. I'm new to the culture, which completely is ridiculous. Shouldn't have a culture, but whatever. I digress. Of course, there's things people are going to be like that. But inshallah, watch this ego video and maybe, inshallah, you'll take from it just a small snippet. And don't look at the other sisters and say, because she doesn't wear hijab, I'm totally better than she is. You probably sit at home, sitting, talking after your prayers, even if you make prayers, I don't know, it's up to you. Some women don't, yet they say that they're a better Muslim than a non-hijabi that does prayers 5 times a day and makes zakat and like everything. She just doesn't wear the hijab. But you sit at home backbiting other women, and when you go out, you're like all perfect on the exterior, but on the inside you're hard and you're just, I'll take the non-hijabi over that type of woman any day. I'll be friends with her until the cows come home, so to speak. The other woman, I'll say hello and I'll just walk on by, because that's not something, that's more of a negative in somebody's life than a woman who has the strongest faith, yet externally it's not something you would see. So, the next time you see a woman that leaves prayer and takes off her hijab, like at the mosque or something, don't sit there and think that you're better than them, because that just starts hardening this pebble of ego inside you, and you are not allowed in paradise with even the smallest atom of ego or arrogance. So just take that into consideration, and that threw me for a loop. When I watched this video, I was like, I am working so hard, because I know this is going to be a lifetime of work for me, is to get over my ego about myself. I might not, you might say, oh, you don't have an ego, but you know what? You do. Everyone does. And that plays into the whole hijabi, non-hijabi sort of conflict. So, whatevs. Everyone has an ego. Everyone has to work on it. And inshallah, take from the video that I'm going to link here, and maybe it's something you focus on this Ramadan that you're going to try to do, to work on within yourself. Because everybody has that to work on. Everybody in the world. Because again, no one is perfect. There was one perfect human. So anyways, inshallah, you'll watch that video by that brother, and learn a little bit about yourself. And inshallah, we can all live in a happier place. Kumbaya. Alright, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Ciao, ciao.